Less than 10 days to go for the EU referendum in Britain. British members of parliament are convening at the Palace of Westminster to debate the issue. And kicking off the debate actually has been British Chancellor to the Exchequer, George Osborne. CNBC TV 18 Sanjay Suri caught up with him and started off by asking what the impact would be if the UK indeed opts to leave the EU.
Well, of course, Britain is a stepping stone to the European single market for many Indian companies. And I am concerned that if we quit the European Union, then those companies won't have access to that big single market, and that will damage business, and that will be bad for the British economy, bad for jobs here, bad for those companies. So I think there are very strong economic reasons why we don't want all this uncertainty, we don't want the risk of recession, we don't want the leap in the dark, and we're stronger and safer and better off inside that single market, trading and doing what Britain and India do best, which is doing good business.
It is argued that the free trade agreement between India and the EU is going nowhere, and that might take off without the EU and between India and Britain. Is that conceivable?
Well, look, we do lots of great business with India. Of course, we're huge investors in each other's countries, and we attract more investment into Britain from Indian companies than the rest of Europe put together. So we're already doing trade. I'd like to see the Indian free trade deal completed. But if Britain quits the EU, our priority will be trying to do trade deals with Germany, France, Spain, the countries on our doorstep with whom we'll have just torn up our trade deals. So that makes no sense. That would take years of uncertainty. I want us to focus on getting those European trade deals negotiated, including the one with India.
Leaders from around the world have said Britain should stay on in the EU, including the Indian leader. They have concerns of their own. Could this have a global fallout?
Well, there's no doubt that Britain quitting the EU would be an economic risk, not just here in Britain, but across the world. And, of course, all of our friends and our allies have said to us Britain is stronger inside the European Union. And the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, Indian businesses here in Britain and in India, Vicky and others have all said that we're stronger in the European Union. And I think, Indians, both in India and British Indians here, will ask themselves the question, why do we want to do this damage to our economy? Why inflict this self-harm to our economy? Why put jobs and risk and investment at risk when we can be stronger inside that EU with Britain getting the lion's share of the investment?